All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's class on listings and landing pages in KW Command. My name is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing. In today's class, we will be going through how to create a couple different landing pages. This is actually my favorite feature of Command. I'll show you how to make a neighborhood landing page and also a listing landing page so you can start promoting your listings on Facebook or emailing that out, you name it. So I'll be showing you that and also the KWLS 2.0 within KW Command. All right, so first things first, we need to log into KW Command. Now to log into KW Command, that is going to be agent.kw.com. So again, that's agent.kw.com. And if you have not already, it's a great thing to save to your bookmarks bar. So I have KW Command up here because you'll be going to this quite a bit. With that being said as well, let's talk about which browsers are best with Command. So the best two browsers to utilize with KW Command is generally Firefox and Google Chrome. But a step beyond that is Keller Williams International suggests that you utilize the Incognito window in Chrome. Okay, so what that does is it doesn't store any cookies or cache so that you're always getting the most up-to-date version of Command. So if you're not familiar with how to go to an incognito window, okay, I'm in Google Chrome right here. You would click on the three dots on the very top right of Chrome and click on New Incognito Window. And when you do that, you'll notice that the top bar will be black, like this, and that means you're incognito. Okay, also a great way to look at flights so they don't keep jacking up the price every time you look back. Okay, just a fun tip. All right, so let's go ahead and log in. This login here will be the same login and password as your MyKW account, as your Kelly app. All right, so they're trying to streamline all the usernames and passwords. Just a reminder, your password is case sensitive and requires an uppercase letter. All right, and if you have any trouble remembering your password, I feel you. There are a million passwords for everything. You can click Forgot Password or email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We're happy to help you with that. Let's go ahead and click Sign In. Okay. So as you're signing in, I just want to point out, so we are now on our Command dashboard. And one thing that I'd like to point out for you to keep an eye on are these product updates on the right-hand side. So Keller Williams International is launching updates weekly, monthly, daily. Okay, and they're putting the updates on the top right here so you can keep track of what's new and what you can do further in Command. So that's a great thing to keep an eye out for. They also have an option for what's next as well. So if you change that on the top right, you can see what's coming out next. So we got some monthly newsletters for direct mailer campaigns. Pretty cool. Coming out in Q1, and some other options here as well. Neighborhood video templates, very cool. Lead routing enhancements. All right, so keep an eye out on that. Command is getting more robust by the day. All right, so first thing we need to do is just a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, I just need to show you where you need to go to update your contact information so that you can create listing landing pages. So to do that, go ahead and click on your name on the very top right of Command. And go ahead and select Settings from that dropdown. Your name on the top right, and then Settings. And now on the left-hand side, if you can go ahead and click on Connect Settings, and then Marketing Profile. Okay, so what this marketing profile does is it autofills all of your contact information onto your KW Command website, any smart plans that go out, campaigns, listing landing pages, any landing pages. Okay, so it's very beneficial for you to go through and make sure that all of your contact information is correct in here. So you will have to fill out any fields that either say required, the headshot is required, or has a red asterisk next to it. That does mean it's required to save it. Right? You won't be able to save this at all without it. So just make sure to scroll through, make sure everything is updated here, because this will autofill and save you tons of time on everything you create in Command. Now make a note, because of course you won't have enough time to fill this out right now, make a note of how we got here, so you can do it after class. Again, that was your name on the top right, settings from the drop down, connect settings and marketing profile. Okay, and even better, if you would like us to do this for you, okay, so we can actually kind of a side note, we can set up this marketing profile for you and also at the same time set up your KW Command website for you. So if you would like us to do that, you can fill out this form. You might have to copy and paste that into the browser here, but that's scottleroymarketing.com/command. You'll get a short form that you can fill out and we can set that up for you. Okay, so we're happy to. All right, so this is a 100% necessary thing to set up in KW Command. All right, that'll help you out quite a bit. So now, moving on from this boring little housekeeping, let's get started on creating a neighborhood landing page. And I love this feature of Command. So to do that, we actually need to navigate on over to the contact section of Command. Now, as you've noticed, right, KW Command centralizes all items on the left-hand side menu, which is awesome. Okay, and you can also click on the KW logo on the top left to expand that to see what each item is. So I'm going to go ahead and select Contacts. It's this icon that looks like two little guys hanging out. And I'll take you over to your contact database here in Command. And we're going to add a test contact to work on in today's class. If you have a test contact, go for it. You can use that. If you'd like to follow along, I'm going to click on Add Contact on the very top right. Let's see, who's a fun contact to have for today's class? Let's do Pam Beasley for any Office fans. Okay, so you can go ahead and put any name you want if you want to do yourself or a spouse or, you know, just testing, whatever you'd like to name the person. And then let's go ahead and put in an email address. Now, I would really recommend putting in a personal email address that you have that's outside of the system so that you can see what it looks like when your clients receive things like landing pages and smart plans and emails from Command and so forth. So really great to have yourself in your contact database to test items before testing it on a client. So go ahead and put in an email address. All right. And that's really all we need for this test contact for today's class. So once you add in a name and an email address, you can go ahead and click Create. So clicking on Create. How does it know? Let's see, hold on. It knows it's a fake email. Let's see if I can fix it. All right, I'll just use one of mine. Okay. All right, so we have that contact added in now. Now you'll notice when you add a contact in, it always takes you back to your entire database, like starting with A. So you'll have to search on the top left here. We'll need to search for that test contact that we just entered in. Okay, so you can search on the top left here. And then go ahead and click on the contact name to pull that up right away. Alrighty, so you can create neighborhood landing pages within the system that would show your clients everything that's for sale in the neighborhood and much more information on the neighborhood. So in theory, what you would be doing here, let's say you just got off the phone with your client, good old Pam Beasley, and she lets you know, which neighborhood she's interested in, maybe some criteria and so forth. So what I would then do is I would come into her contact record here, and I would come to the neighborhood section. So you might have to scroll down slightly, but we're going to the neighborhood section. And we want to click Add Neighborhood. So click on Add Neighborhood. And there's a couple different ways to search for the neighborhood. So first of all, of course, the search bar here, let's say I'll go ahead and put in a neighborhood near me. And just a heads up, if Command asks you if it can use your location, always click Allow. Okay, I know that can be creepy sometimes, but it really needs to know for purposes like this to help you be able to, connect neighborhoods to Command and so forth. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select the, sorry, that was a little fast. So once I search it here, I can select from this list. And once I do that, it will show me the item or the neighborhood that I selected right underneath it. And I can always X out if I accidentally added that. It shows me a map of where that neighborhood is, and then also some suggested neighborhoods that are close by. So let's say my client didn't say that she was interested in some of these, but I think actually it would fit her criteria. So I'm going to add a couple here as well. You can see as I click on one of these, it just moves it to the top. Right, so now I have 3 neighborhoods added. Okay, and now a question that we get sometimes, now these neighborhoods, they pull from next door. Okay, so that's where they populate from. So we do get the question, if you can't find the neighborhood, how do you add it? Okay, unfortunately, there's not a way to add it, but let me show you the best workaround if you cannot find the neighborhood. So the third way that you can search for neighborhoods is on the map here. So let's go ahead and click Find on Map to the right of the search bar. Okay, it'll pull up the US and it will show you your location right here. And I would really recommend starting with this search at the top so that it zooms you in to at least the general area that you're looking for. So if you search just anything close by, it'll zoom you into a general area here. So that helps so you're not zooming in forever. But then on the bottom right here, you'll see a plus and minus sign so I can zoom in and out. And as I start zooming in further, I start to see a lot of puzzle pieces is what I think of them as coming on the map here. And if I hover my mouse over any of these quote unquote puzzle pieces, it pops up letting me know what that neighborhood is. So if I go ahead and click on any of these neighborhoods, it will add it to the bottom here. How do you get there? Well, so starting from the beginning, I'll come back. Everyone else hold tight. So from the beginning, you would go to your contact, okay, in your contact database. Go ahead and click on the contact name. And then from the contact record, you'll scroll down to this neighborhood section. Okay, and you won't see the Find on Map option until you actually add a neighborhood. So you would have to, like, let's say search here. So if I search, then I can click to add it. Then I will have the Find on Map option. Hope that helps. So I'll click on Find on Map. I'm just going to go back to where I was. Okay, so I'll bring it up on the map so I can zoom back to where I was. So I know I talked a little bit about how sometimes you're not able to find a certain neighborhood, right, when you search for it. So a good workaround that we've found, or the best workaround at this time, is using the map search, because you'll notice as I zoom in, so Ballantyne is a community near me. Okay, it's not a neighborhood, it's a general area here around Charlotte, North Carolina. So you'll notice right here, right, it has the neighborhood listed as Ballantyne. Okay, so that is encompassing all the neighborhoods in that general area. So, use the map, zoom in to where that neighborhood in general is on the map, and you can kind of select that general area to encompass that neighborhood. And that is if you're not able to find the neighborhood by searching on it, right? That's a good workaround. Okay, so I'll click Save. So that's the 3 ways to search for neighborhoods. We use the search bar, can select from the suggested ones at the bottom here, or click Find on Map. All right, so now that I have done that, now that I have added in the neighborhoods, let's take a look at what we just did and how cool this neighborhood landing page is. So on this map right here, you'll see a little preview option on the very bottom right. Feel free to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to, you can just watch on my screen. So if I click preview, it's going to show me a preview of the neighborhood landing page that I just created. So it brings it up here. So this is what it will look like. So first of all, at the top here, I have all the different neighborhoods that I entered in for my client. So they can click on which neighborhood they'd like to preview houses in. It looks like this is still to come. I'll have to check on, it does not give me the option to click add neighborhood, but in theory in the near future, this will be a live option so your client can even add neighborhoods themselves. It will then show me, so once I select the neighborhood, it shows me all the listings on the right-hand side. I can filter that. Now this is a client's view, right? This is a tool for your clients. So as the client, I can filter the search. Beds, baths, price range. I can sort them on the right-hand side as well. And a feature I really like is the ability to draw on the map. Okay, so if I want to draw, kind of like the MLS, right? A lot of MLSs have this capability. So if they want to draw instead on the map, they can certainly do that by clicking on draw a circle, put in their criteria, and it will filter it from there as well. Right? So above and beyond just showing them listings, and these are always active. Okay, so if they look at this neighborhood landing page in 2 weeks, it will have the most current listings on it without you having to do anything as the agent. Now, above and beyond, just looking at listings, on the top right, you'll see it says neighborhood stats. Okay, so neighborhood stats, one second. All right. So you can, again, select which neighborhood we're trying to look into. It will show me how many homes for sale, how many are pending, average price of the home, price per square foot, days on market, shows me where that is on the map. As I keep scrolling down, it will show me current stats. And this is something I really think is cool. So this also provides them with a way to track how far their work would be from the neighborhood. So especially if you get an out of town customer, right, who's moving from Michigan to North Carolina, they got a new job at, let's say, Bank of America. How far is this community from his work? So if I click on search for a place, I can then put in Bank of America, let's say. We'll do Bank of America Stadium for the Panthers. All right, so with Bank of America Stadium, it now shows me how far that drive is, so 25 minutes. It shows me on a Google Map search here how the route that I can take, and they can get directions right from here. So pretty nifty. And as I keep scrolling down, more is to come on this. This is kind of like Yelp. It will also add, highlighted things around the community to do. So restaurants to eat at, groceries, nightlife, cafes, and so forth. All right, so this is really still up and coming, but very cool feature as well. And as I scroll down, it will just show me, again, the homes for sale, sold listings, and then nearby neighborhoods I might be interested as well, and the contact form on the bottom. And so clearly a very cool landing page, neighborhood landing page. And what did you have to do? I mean, it took us maybe 30 seconds to, is this recorded? Yes. Well, this is not a recording. This is live, but it is being recorded and will be up so you can watch it again later and pause it and follow along if you would like. And it'll be up on slmtraining.com. Anyway, so, right, it took us maybe, I don't know, a minute, 5 minutes max to add in some neighborhoods, and it created for you this listing or neighborhood landing page. So your clients think you put in all this work to create a custom website just for them, when really it took you a few minutes to add in some neighborhoods. Okay, so pretty cool feature here. Now, how to distribute it to your client, a couple things on that. So we just saw a preview of that. So you can copy the link. So I'm back. I switched tabs here, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to lose you if I did. I switched tabs. The neighborhood landing page pulls up in a different tab. So I'm on the tab that says Command Contacts, if you want to come back to that. And so on the map here, right, we already clicked Preview. That's how we can preview it as an agent. But if I click Copy Link here, it copies it right away. And then in theory, I could go into my email and I could shoot them an email that said something like, hello, here is a custom website I created for you to search for homes in the areas that you're interested in. Feel free to bookmark this site so you can check on this daily with new listings, okay? Whatever you'd like to say, and then you can paste that link in. All right, so that is how you can send that one time off, right? But another way that you can send out these neighborhood landing pages is with smart plans. You've probably heard of the word smart plans, but I know the first time I heard the word smart plan, I was like, what the heck is that, right? So what smart plans are is there is a neighborhood nurture smart plan that will send out this neighborhood landing page to your clients at either bi-weekly or monthly, okay? So you can set it up to automatically send to your clients who are interested in buying. First of all, so you stay on top of mind for them, and also so they're able to see, the newest listings in their area. So that's a great thing to do, and I teach the class on smart plans as well. So here is the class for smart plans if you'd like to watch that after, and that will show you basically how to set up these neighborhood landing pages to automatically go out to your clients bi-weekly or monthly, whichever you decide. Just the two things you would need to have are the neighborhoods and also an email address for the client. So not too extensive there. All right, guys, so now that we covered the neighborhood landing page, let's take a look at how to create a landing page for your listing specifically. Another really awesome feature of KW Command. And this is in a slightly new place. It's probably changed a couple months ago, but now landing pages are in the Sites option on the very bottom of the command menu on the left-hand side. All right, and again, you can always click the KW logo at the top to view which one is the Sites option. So we'll click on Sites. Okay, and the Sites section is where you'll be able, while it's loading, where you'll be able to see and create any landing pages, where you'll be able to see all of your neighborhood landing pages that we just created, and also how you can edit your KW Command website further, okay? Let's see here. Let's see if we can get it to load faster. There we go. Okie dokie. All right, so again, that's the Sites option on the left-hand side. So it's the very bottom live option. And you won't have, unless you've created landing pages. I have a bunch of landing pages here because I've created them in classes and so forth. If this is a blank screen for you, that's totally normal. All right, we have our landing pages. So this will show you any live landing pages that we have. We have agent site pages here at the top and neighborhood pages. And we'll go over this more in just a moment, so hold tight on that. But for now, let's go ahead and create a landing page and then we'll come back to this. So we'll go ahead and click on Create a New Site on the very top right of your page here. So create a new site on the very top right. And you do have two options. You can create a new page on your KW Command website or as a standalone page, okay? And that is what a landing page is. So let's go ahead and select that. So the second option, as a standalone page. And if you are asking yourself right now, what is a landing page? Okay, so what a landing page is, so I'll click Create Page here. What a landing page is basically like a single page website that is used to capture leads, to capture contact information. So in theory, you are offering them something of value, let's say maybe information about a listing or, private showing or, a 10% off coupon at Lowe's in return for their contact information, okay? That's the idea of a landing page, is a great way to capture leads. This is also a feature that was not available before we switched to KW Command. So this is very exciting and very cool. So first things first, we have our landing page here. Okay, it's blank so far. On the right-hand side, we have all of our widgets. Okay, so you'll see a bunch of different widgets on the right-hand side. And what we'll want to do is you'll want to click on the widget that you would like to add. So you click on that and simply drag, so hold your mouse down, drag it over to the left-hand side, this big white page here, and then release your mouse, and it will add the widget in. Okay, and while we're adding widgets, don't be too concerned if something doesn't look right quite yet, because we will be configuring the widgets to actually make this live. Okay, like my headshot's funky, or if your contact information isn't correct, we can fix that. All right, so other things I want to add. So I'm going to create a listing landing page in today's example. So after I have the branded header at the top here, I would like to add the listing option. So I'll go ahead and click on that widget, hold my mouse, drag it to the left. Now see that little green bar that is displaying? That is showing me where I'm dropping the widget. So if I move it up, see how the green bar moved up? So that would be dropping the widget above this one. So I'm going to move it down. This is where I want it. I'll release my mouse. And there it is, okay? This is obviously not my listing, okay? Hold tight, I'll be showing you how to change the listing to your listing instead. Okay, so now after the listing details, let's say maybe I want to go ahead and have a Contact Me widget, and that is the lead form. That's a Contact Me widget, so I'll click on the lead form, drag it to the left side, release to drop it. There it is. And I'll say I also want to do a Market Snap, because this is pretty cool. So Market Snap will show details about their area. So I like this one as well. So Market Snap, I'm moving that over. Feel free to just, drag and drop as many widgets as you want to test it out. And from what I've seen, the only widget that is not working is this testimonial capture form. It does not actually capture the testimonial quite yet. So I would hold off on using that, but that is to come. So pretty cool feature there. And lastly, let's see, I'll show you how to add a video. Let's say if you wanted to add a virtual tour to this listing landing page as well. Okay. So now that I have all of the widgets I would like on the left-hand side, we'll do a footer too. Legal footer. Let's drag and drop. Getting a little widget happy here. All right, so again, any widget you want, drag and drop. Now, these icons are a little funky, but See how they're all blank squares right now? It's been doing that for a little while. They still work. They just don't tell you what you're going to get. If you accidentally add a widget and want to delete it, that's really the main thing you would need to use these icons for right now. That icon will be the very far right blank square. Okay, that will delete the widget, as you can see if you accidentally add it. Just a heads up on that. So again, if you click on any of the widgets, you'll see this little teal bar. If you need to delete it, this far blank square is the delete option. Okay, I was just playing around with it to figure that out. Yeah, all right. So now that we have all our widgets where I would like them to be, it's kind of like a rough draft, I need to configure the widgets to make it live. So you'll notice on the top right, I can't publish the page. It's grayed out. I can't publish the page until the widgets are configured. Okay. But before we do that, I just want to point out there are also content blocks and layout blocks on the right-hand side. So if you wanted to just add some text in to write about the listing, or let's say about your staging services or whatever it might be, you can absolutely click the text option on the right-hand side and drag it on over here. And then you would be able to type right in here. Okay, so that is available as well. Okay, and that was under content blocks. All right, so now that I am ready to rumble and configure these widgets, let's go ahead and click on that on the very bottom right. So if you're taking any notes on today's class, this is a very important step. You have to click configure widgets on the very bottom right in order to do anything with this landing page. Okay, so when I click configure widgets, it now took me to configure my first widget. Right, so depending on which widget you started with, I can see I'm on the branded header. So that's the first one. That's one of 6 because I have 6 widgets. So I'm editing this. I need to fill out any fields that have a red star here. So let's say I'm doing proudly presenting 123 Main Street, let's say. Okay, I could fix my headshot here. Typically, if you make your headshot a square, it will get rid of like how it's duplicating mine here. If you have any trouble with that, of course, email support@scottlauremarketing.com. We'd be happy to take a look for you and help fix that. All right, you can scroll through, and this is all pulling from your marketing profile where we started class. So that should be saving you time. This should autofill for you right from there, and I can click Save and Apply. But of course, you can edit any of that right from there. Okay, once I click Save and Apply, it updates my header here. So I'm good with this one. And I'm going to click the Next button on the top right here. So I'm on widget 1 of 6. I want to go to widget 2 of 6, which is my good old listing widget here. Okay, so now we need to select a widget. So we'll click Browse Listings. I meant choose a listing, sorry. So clicking Browse Listings, and we'll pull up all the listings in the KWLS 2.0. You can search for a listing at the top of your screen here. So you can search by property address or MLS number or KWLS ID. So you can search for whatever that might be at the top. And then you can go ahead and click Select next to whichever listing you would like to pull in. Okay, so I just clicked Select next to whichever listing I want to promote. Once I do that, it will give me the option here to select the header image, which is this large image right here. So this is pulling in the listing images from the MLS or from the KWLS 2.0. So I can select whichever listing photo I would like to display. I can even add a custom image if you'd like to. And then I'll click Save and Apply. It will then reload the page, and voila, I have the listing photo I selected and all the data from the listing pulling from the KWLS 2.0. Pretty nifty. All right, so that was a quick finish. So we'll go ahead and go to the next widget. So again, 2 of 6 on the top right. We'll click the right arrow to go to the next widget. And some of these widgets are not very extensive to configure. You don't have to do anything on this one. But if you would like to put in something like schedule a private showing or private tour, whatever you'd like it to say. I'll save and apply. And it updated that right here. Same thing, we're now going to the next widget. So I'm just using these arrows on the top right, going to the next widget. Okay, so this next widget, so it tells you which widget you're on at the top. So this is the Market Snap. So it shows details about the area, which I think is a great thing to add to a listing landing page. So you're giving them more stats. So right here, let's say I could put the neighborhood, Hunter Oaks neighborhood trends. And then the postal code here, 173. Once you put in the postal code, in theory, you'll then be able to pull up the neighborhood right from this dropdown. So in theory, this will show you all listings in that zip code that I can go ahead and select. Click Save and Apply. And now we have the updated stats here. So I have how I renamed it. Whoa. Okay, well, where I renamed it, and I also have all the stats for that neighborhood. All right, so moving on to the next. So we're almost there, guys. Almost on the next widget. Our video widget. Okay, so this is a newer feature in Command. I want to say within the month, maybe 2 months. I swear January has lasted like 84 years, so I don't even know what month it is. But so this video widget here, so you can add, let's say, a virtual tour. So this is pretty easy to use. I'll show you real quick if you'd like to watch here. It definitely comes in handy. Adding videos to any site really helps pull it up higher on search engines, especially YouTube videos. Since Google owns YouTube, they promote any sites that have YouTube videos on it. So with that being said, let me show you real quick, and you can just watch on my screen so you can see how this is done. So what I would do is I can name it here. So let's say I want to name this virtual tour, whatever you'd like to name it. You can add a description of the video, and down here I'm going to use a video URL. You can also upload a video, but I might suggest uploading the video to YouTube first, right? Hosting it there, again, to help you pull up higher in search engines. So to do that, again, you can just watch on my screen real quick. So I'm going to pull up our YouTube page real quick. You can just grab any random video. Okay, so let's say I'll add in this one.
All right, so to start with our class.
Okay, so just pretend this is a virtual tour here. So all you would do in order to add this to the site is you can click on Share on the very bottom right. Copy this link. So again, that was Share on the very bottom right. Click Copy. Now I'm coming back, I'm switching tabs. Okay, I'm going to add in that URL, so I'm pasting that. So you can right click to paste it. We'll click Save and Apply. Drum roll, please. And there it is, right? There's a large video. Okay, you can see the name of it right here. Right, and they'll be able to play it right from here. All right, one more widget. Let's see what we have next. Our legal footer, right? So you don't really have to do anything here, I don't believe. Okay, so now that we're done with all of that, I'll click on the back button on the top left there. There's a little back button. And it shows me all these green check marks, letting me know that those were all completed, right? We need to see all green check marks in order to publish the page. Now that they're all green, I can publish this page on the top right. It's asking if I would like to publish the landing page. This will make it visible to others. I can click yes. Okay, and just a heads up, even if you're not ready to, for everyone to see that landing page, it's okay. No one's gonna find it if you don't send that out. Just a heads up. So you really have to send these out in order for people to find it. So let's talk about that, how to get these landing pages out there. So first of all, this is the landing page at the top. I forgot to rename it. I always do. You can rename that on the top left when we're creating the landing page. All right, so from here, we see that landing page that we created at the top here. I can see the date that I created it. I can see how many leads I have procured from that landing page. All right, and any leads that come in from this landing page will go into your command database. And I'll show you in just a minute how you can pull up all leads in your command database. And they will also appear, any lead notifications will appear on the very top right under the bell icon. Okay, so you can see right here, I was testing for my agent site, and it shows me the lead right from here. Okay. Those are the two places. Kelly will also show you lead notifications. So those are the current way to get lead notifications from Command. There are no text or email notifications yet in Command. But again, the three ways are you can search for leads in your contact database. I'll show you that in just a minute. Check the bell icon for any leads. And also your Kelly app will show you any notifications and any leads that come in. Okay. So on the left-hand side, we can also turn that off or back on. Right, so you can see a switch to turn that on and off. And on the far right, sorry, kind of skipping around there. Far right, we have some 3 dots. So those 3 dots, anytime you see 3 dots, it always means more options, definitely in Command. So you have the options here to edit that further, change the URL, or deactivate and delete it. So let's talk about changing the URL and the best way to distribute out these landing pages. So obviously this URL is ridiculous, right? I mean, it's super long. I mean, this is not a URL that you can put on your signs or anything and people drive by and just remember it. All right. So you can edit it, but with that being said, oops, I didn't mean to click that. You can change the URL, but with that being said, it only allows you to change the very last portion. So I could change this to 123 Main Street. That doesn't really do me a whole lot of good because I have all this nonsense at the bottom, which again, no one's going to be able to remember. So if you are creating a listing landing page, it's a really great thing to do to put it on your sign. So let's say you get a new listing and you have a rider made, right? I know a lot of teams have been creating a rider, not sure what's going on here, have been creating a rider for the top of their sign with a website address to this landing page so that people don't have to get out and get a flyer out of the flyer box. They can drive by, remember what the website address is, and go to that right away on their phone. So the best thing to do to get a website address that you can remember driving by it is to really purchase a domain name from GoDaddy. Okay, and I have a link that you can get a GoDaddy domain name for 99 cents. I'll send you that for the first year. So if you're not familiar with GoDaddy, what you can do is, let's say I would go to GoDaddy and I would look up to see if 123mainstreet.com is available. If it is, I buy it. All right, domain names in general are about $12 for a year, so they're nothing crazy. So I could buy 123mainstreet.com, and then you can email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and let us know that you want it forwarded to a landing page, and we can do that for you. So then, again, when they're driving by your sign, they see, oh, 123mainstreet.com. I'm going to pull that up on my phone, and I'm going to see all the listing details right from there, and oh, wow, this house looks awesome. I can actually contact the agent for a private showing right from here. How cool. So again, great way to pick up leads in that sense. So GoDaddy domain names are definitely the way to go to distribute these landing pages here, and we can definitely help you with that. So let us know if you need help. Another great thing to do with these landing pages is you can put them on your Facebook page or Twitter, any social media. That wouldn't really require a domain name. You could actually copy this link right here. Go to facebook.com, put it like you're, putting a post on your wall and talk about this listing so that they can navigate over to your landing page and get full information and you can capture the lead, most importantly. Okay, just some ideas on what you can do with these landing pages. Great way to promote your listing, and your listing client thinks you're the greatest agent ever with super marketing tools because you created a personalized website for their listing. So we're all happy here. Okay, so if you have any questions on landing pages, please let me know. Happy to help with that. While we're here, let's just take a look around the neighborhood pages as well. I just want to show you, this is kind of a accumulation of all of the neighborhood pages that you created. So remember at the beginning of class, right, we created a neighborhood landing page for Pam Beasley. Well, that would show up right here, so that you have all of your neighborhood landing pages, and hers is probably on the next few pages. So you can always come back and grab them right away. You can edit them from here as well. You can see how many neighborhoods have been added and so forth. Okay, so this is kind of like the all-encompassing place to view all of your neighborhood pages that you have set up. And as far as the settings go, on the top right here, there's really not a whole lot that you can do for settings. But if I click on landing page settings, it does allow you to select what color you want the top header. So if you want that to be maybe red for KW branding, or blue because it's nice and calming. Okay, whatever you'd like it to be, you can, and then click save. All right, guys, so that was landing pages in a nutshell. So we found out how to do neighborhood landing pages and listing landing pages. If you have questions, let me know. But also, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to change track a little bit and take a look at the KWLS 2.0, so where all your listings are in command, and then I will let you go enjoy your weekend. All right, so on the left-hand side, we want to go to the listing section. Kind of looks like a little yard sign here. And two, if I hover my mouse over any of these icons on the left side menu, it pops up showing me what that is. So we're going to the listing section on the left-hand side. Okay, and this is still in labs, and it shows you that right away. So it says, welcome to your sneak peek of the KWLS 2.0. All right, so you can search across the US and parts of Canada. Coming soon, you can create listings and edit them right from here as well to help syndicate those out. Okay, so you'll be able to do that very soon here. Currently, I have heard that this is about at 85% capacity, so most listings should be in here, but I'll let you know what to do if you don't see your listings in here. Now, so we'll go ahead and click on Take Me to KWLS 2.0. So that button at the bottom that said Take Me to KWLS 2.0. And it will take you immediately to see your listings first. Okay. So if you have a listing and it is not displaying in this section, first of all, you will want to check in to make sure that your MCA has your MLS ID in the white pages. That is the only thing that's required to make these pop up. You can also email us and we can look into that for you. Right, but if you would like to view all, right, you can click either view all on the top right here or just the listing search on the top. Both of those do the same thing. So we'll select listing search. And it takes a second to load, and it usually asks if it can track my area. So make sure you say yes to know your location if it asks you. And this is just a place where you can search all listings. So you can search by property address, MLS number here. We can also do some filters on the very top right. Okay, and now what this data does here is it automatically puts all listings onto your KW Command website for you. So if you've heard of the term IDX, that is no longer required for the KW Command website. All listings across the entire country will display on your KW Command website right away. Okay, because that KW Command website pulls from this KWLS 2.0, which pulls from Nextdoor. And from what I have heard, this is updated every 16 minutes. So it's really the most up-to-date information you can get. If you are not seeing a listing that you have in here, or a listing that you know exists, KW International would have to push that in for you. Right now, there's not a way to manually add that in. So if you are not seeing one of your listings, how you would get that pushed through is you would click on the question mark on the very top right of command. A little question mark here, and then click chat with support. And you'll just want to let them know the MLS number and the listing that is not displaying so they can push that over for you right away. All right, this is the best way to chat with KW International at this time. All right, is clicking on this question mark on the very top right. All right, guys, just one more thing for you before I let you go. I just want to let you know that also as you're going through command, right, it has come leaps and bounds since it initially launched, right? But they are working on adding new features all the time. So if you ever see a feature or are looking for a feature that is not quite live in command, you can suggest that to KW International by going to ideas.kw.com. So again, that's ideas.kw.com. And I have seen KW International implement the items on this list here. So as you scroll down, you'll see a bunch of things that people are, ideas that they are wanting Keller Williams to implement, and you can vote on that as well. So with that being said, make sure to kind of look through if you have an idea, kind of search for the idea first, because the more votes, the more likely they are to implement it, versus if you start a whole new idea, it might not have as many votes, right? So great thing to do. They are trying to create a system that's for agents, made by agents. So give them your input. Let them know what you want to see so that it can be exactly the system you want from them. All right, guys, if you need anything at all, if you have any questions, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. If you have a question about today's class specifically, you can put attention Leah in the subject line, Leah, and I'd be happy to check on that and get back to you right away. And again, this video will be up on slmtraining.com shortly. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend and let us know how we can help. Have a good one, guys.